Wong, and I'm a registered traditional Chinese medicine practitioner and acupuncturist in downtown Toronto, founder of Alive Holistic Health, and author of Pathways to Pregnancy. Tonight, I am really excited to talk to you about your skin, because guess what? As one says, fertility is more than skin deep. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because our skin is the largest organ in our body. And when it comes to fertility, people are always freaking out about, oh, what should I eat? What shouldn't I eat? Well, it's also important to look at what we're putting on our skin, because it affects our internal organs, and it may impact us all the way down to our cellular level. So I want to introduce to you Erica Williams, and she represents Leaves of Trees. And I'm excited that I met her only this Sunday, because I was at an event called Shop Up by Love Mom. So thank you for being here, Erica.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I'm excited to have you here because we were talking about skin products. And when I came upon your booth, I found this. Can you see this?
Yeah.
This is a product, oops, this way. Argan oil. I was so excited because I've been using argan oil that was literally sent to me by my mother-in-law for, I don't know, 3-4 years. So I didn't buy it here locally. And so to see your product on Sunday, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. So for those that do know me, some people say, oh, gee, what do you use for your skin? And that's all I use, argan oil. So it's one ingredient, non-toxic. So I'm not the professional with regards to this kind of skin product. So can you tell us a little bit about argan oil, its source, and all that, the rest of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Leaves of Trees, we source our argan oil directly. So direct trade is actually even a step beyond fair trade. We actually get it directly from a women's cooperative in Morocco, where our founder, Dr. Ruhi Qureshi, came upon it on a trip to Morocco and Aswaria a few years ago. And so argan oil is sometimes dubbed liquid gold, and that's for a number of reasons beyond its actually really beautiful golden hue. Argan nuts grow in a very, very, very specific reason. So argan oil comes from argan nuts that are harvested from argan trees and grow in a semi-desert area in Morocco. And the area that argan trees grow in is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is a protected site. So the trees are very precious. They're not super abundant, and extracting oil from the nuts is very difficult because the argan nuts themselves are actually quite hard. But then the other thing about them is that because of this really almost niche location that they're from, they're really, really high in nutrients from the soil and just the area that they're grown in. So argan oil is really high in things like antioxidants, fatty acids, squalene, things that are really, really good for your skin, on top of the fact that it sinks into your skin really, really well. So it's non-comedogenic, which means it's not going to clog your pores. It sinks in well and really just leaves a very soft sheen and leaves your skin feeling really, really moisturized and supple.
So then that brings me to this question. So can it be used for anyone then? Like, you know, there's lots of people with different kinds of skin. So from dry skin to like oily, acne.
I would definitely say yes. The oil itself is really, really versatile. It is actually really fantastic for people who have acneic prone skin because it can actually help resolve and alleviate acne and other dermatitis type issues like psoriasis, eczema. It's really fantastic for reducing inflammation and redness in the skin that you can find with things like rosacea. But yeah, because it's non-clogging to your pores, someone with oily skin can use it because it seeps in quite well. And a lot of people who have acne-prone or oily skin tend to think that they need to strip all the oil away from their skin. And so they'll over-cleanse with really harsh cleansers or soaps or detergents. And that actually disrupts the sebum balance of your skin and causes it to produce even more oil. So if you're moisturizing with something that is, quite frankly, like the cold pressed juice of oil. So it's organic, fair trade, it's crushed by hand, so it's retaining most of its nutrients. If you're moisturizing with something like that, you're really getting lots of really great benefits, and it's soaking into your skin and helping to restore the moisture balance, which gets which can be interrupted when you've got oily skin or acne prone skin. So it's actually can be really helpful, and it seems counterintuitive, but once people actually start using our argan oil or our facial cleansing oil, which is really high in our argan oil, they definitely see the difference.
Awesome. And you know what? That's really insightful, because for myself, I'll just speak for what I know. And yeah. I tend towards dryness, and I love it, the benefits, because it's very moisturizing, and it doesn't feel too greasy simultaneously.
Yeah, so, exactly. It's so great for really, really dry skin as well. I've always had very dry skin, and I've always, growing up, and I mean, this was a very long time ago, we used to use Vaseline on our skin, which is a pure petroleum product. And, you know, that it's definitely the farthest thing from all natural you're going to get. And so when I discovered argan oil and started working for Leaves of Trees and started to learn a little bit more about carrier oils, it seemed almost like, oh, well, it's not going to moisturize enough, or it's not going to do this. And then once you actually try it and you see how well it really seeps into the skin, and the fact that it contains all these really wonderful fatty acids that are very similar to your skin's natural sebum, you see how well it actually does help moisturize. So it's fantastic for both ends of the spectrum, really dry skin or oily or acne prone skin as well.
Wow, that's awesome. And you know, how awesome is it that it's just one ingredient that you can use on your skin? So for sure, you know that it's not like, you know, if you look at other products out there, and there's like this giant list, right? Like there's at least 15, 20 and then some ingredients, and most of which as a layperson cannot recognize. And you know, that makes me question how good it is for our skin and for our internal organs, really, and how it can possibly affect our fertility, hormonal balance, because it can certainly disrupt our endocrine system. So this for sure, it doesn't at all. So yeah, I love it.
No, definitely not. It's really, I mean, with those types of products, for instance, we have our facial cleansing oil, which has more ingredients than some of our other products, but it's really just a list of really beautiful, organic, fairly traded carrier oils. With more conventional products, what you're getting are things like phthalates, parabens, BHA, BHT, synthetic preservatives. Those are things that are actually listed on like the Environmental Working Group's website as known endocrine disruptors, possible carcinogens. And so you do need to be mindful when you're buying conventional products, like, okay, well, what's going in there? It's easy to say, oh, natural is good, conventional is bad. It's not quite as black and white as that. But
absolutely.
Yeah, but when you're using something, what I really love about our collection of skincare and our product line is that it is really, really simple, and it kind of just strips things down, gets really back to basics. And so it's really just not complicated. It's really uncomplicating your skincare routine.
Totally. So then my next question is, you know, because it may not have some of these preservatives, so how long can something like this argan oil last?
So when we're making our products, we don't use any preservatives in our argan oil, but when we are making our deodorants and our lotions, we use 100% all natural grapefruit seed extract and vitamin E, which in itself is a natural preservative. And quite frankly, is actually kind of like a boost to your skin because you're adding vitamin E to an already all natural product. So those are the only two preservatives we use in a select few products. But otherwise, in our argan oils and in our lip balms and things like that, we don't need to use preservatives in there because we kind of want you to use the product. A lot of people do this funny thing where they get a really beautiful product and they just let it sit on their shelves and they don't really use it that much. It's really important that when you're using something that's so that's not highly processed, that hasn't had a lot of synthetic preservatives added to it, use it, enjoy it, and get it off of your shelves within 3 to 6 months. You don't want to be using an oil that's possibly gone rancid from oxidization, because that's really not going to be beneficial for your skin. And so when you're using a product that's quite pure and really, really organic and unprocessed, the best thing to do is to use it within 3 months or 6 months to opening it.
Okay.
And try and not expose it to sunlight. We do put our products in these dark brown bottles to give them some UV protection and keep them out of direct heat, of course. But yeah, using them the sooner the better, and making it actually a part of your routine will ensure that you get a product that's still high in integrity.
All right. So speaking about all this, then look at, now that winter is coming, I would love for you to share some winter skincare tips.
Oh yeah, definitely. Winter is, it's one of those times of the year where it's so incredible how quickly your skin changes. It's like July, August, September, you're still doing the like, oh, it's humid outside, skin feels good, it's moisturized. The second the heating goes on, the second the thermometer drops below like 10 degrees, your skin really, really feels it. So for us, one of my favorite products in the collection is our Argan butters. I really, really love those. And so a lot of people ask, what's the difference between your Argan butters and your lotions? And the difference is a process called emulsification. So lotions, like our Argan lotions and our cream-based deodorants, contain water. And what you're basically doing is emulsifying water and oil, and you're mixing those two phases to make a cream. And so that's what a lotion or a cream is. But butters are purely oil and butter based. And those are really, really helpful to provide barrier protection to your skin in the winter time. And so while our lotions are really lovely, they're very creamy and hydrating, but still light on your skin. Sometimes when the heating is going nonstop and you're going indoors, outdoors, and then you've got the elements sort of combating against your face, like wind and snow, you really do want to give it an extra layer of protection with something like our coffee argan butter, lavender argan butter, or olive argan butter, because it just really helps trap in the moisture. We have a fun term for that. It's called transepidermal water loss. So you don't want that to happen. You want to keep the water inside your skin, and that's what something like our butters can do. The other thing that's really helpful in the wintertime is to start a routine of regular exfoliation, because when your skin is getting dried out from the elements and indoor heating, you're getting a lot of dry skin cells that are piling on top of each other. And when that's happening, you're actually rendering some of your skincare products less effective. So if you're regularly exfoliating, you're actually sloughing off that the dead skin cells. So something like our brightening face mask, this is really, really awesome for that. It uses fruit acids and enzymes to dissolve dead skin cells, or you can try one of our Argan scrubs to use gently on your body. And that's really going to help reveal new skin, help with cell turnover. And then the most important part is that it's going to allow your skin products to work better because they'll actually absorb better.
Sure, you're opening up your pores, you're getting rid of the excess dead cells. Yeah. Sure, that's a great tip for sure. So then how often are we or should we be exfoliating?
Honestly, I think start with once a week. Our collection is really inspired by Morocco and by spas like hammams and things where ritual is more important. So if you turn your routine into a ritual, you're really going to have a lot more fun with your skincare. If you're kind of thinking like, oh, I've got to take off my makeup, oh, I've got to do all this, it's changing your mindset about it. So something like our facial cleansing oil. So I really, really love this product because it contains a lot of beautiful carrier oils like tamanu and castor seed oil and our organic argan oil. And what it does is it actually helps remove grime and oil from your face, which again, is that counterintuitive thing. But when you make that as part of a skincare ritual and you try exfoliating once a week and then following up with something really nice like our facial cleansing oil, it becomes a lot more pleasurable to do, and you start to see more consistency. So think of it as ritual. Take a night off during the week, whether it's a Tuesday, a Thursday, or make it self-care Sunday, and just take some time to yourself, 30 minutes, put on a mask. Our brightening face mask is lovely, contains a lot of really beautiful ingredients and humectants like honey and coconut powder. And really enjoy it. Enjoy the scent. Enjoy rubbing it into your skin. Doing that itself, it also helps stimulate your skin cells to turn over and to grow more. And so try, I like to tell people to come at it as a ritual, do it once a week. Start with once a week, and I think going from there, working at what works best for your skin. If you tend towards drier skin, you might be able to try twice a week. If you have oilier skin, try just once a week. But it's making it your own and making it something that's really enjoyable.
Sure, and that's really great, and especially for those that are trying to conceive or have any kind of health issues or are just stressed. It's like a nice way to de-stress and being kind to oneself, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a great tip. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for being a part of this post. And so at the end, I'll share your web page or is it a web page or a website, whatever.
So we have our store.
Yeah. Okay, so I also know that, you know, there may be some Europeans that watch this, so I don't know how accessible that is. But of course, they might get it direct from Morocco, so not sure about that. But the tips are there. So use argan oil if you can get it locally. Awesome. And if not, if you're in North America, get it from
as close to Morocco as you're going to get, because we literally order it from our cooperative and it arrives in big wood crates that we pry open with crowbar. So if you're here in Toronto and North America, you can't make it to Morocco, definitely check out our online shop or come visit us at our store in the East End of Toronto.
Right. So there's no stores in the U.S., right? But you can order from the U.S.
We are currently stocked at a really beautiful nail concept salon called To and From in Darien, Connecticut. And then we're also stocked at a couple of online retailers in the U.S. There's a really fantastic one called Petit Vour. They call themselves the creme de la cruelty free. So they're completely vegan, cruelty free, natural skincare stockists. And we're also stocked on goop.com, where you can find our pink grapefruit and unscented hand and body argan lotions.
Okay, cool. So Goop that's Gwyneth Paltrow's website.
It is, yes. Very They're cool. Definitely fans of our lotion. It's really, really exciting.
That's very cool. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Have a great night. And next Wednesday, I believe we have our lovely and awesome Zainab Uraz, Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine, who will be joining me live, actually. And we're going to talk about how to increase egg quality and what supplements to take. So thank you. And come, it'll actually be next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, thanks. Have a great night. Check out my book, Pathways to Pregnancy. And by the way, the book is on sale currently and will be on sale till November 13th. And it's just the online, sorry, not online, it's the ebook version. It's for $4.99. And whatever the equivalent of that is in the US, $3.89, something like that. So get the copy on ebook. And if you're like me, I like printed copy so I can like open it up and whatever. But for some, ebooks are good because then they don't worry about being on public transit and having people see the title of the book. So there you have it. Join me 8:30 p.m. next Wednesday, and I'll see you then. Take care. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Erica. Bye.
Bye.